This is your Irontrader. It is Monday morning, so it is time to go to work. Now, remember, we're going to have a short week there because we have the Christmas holiday here on Wednesday, and the volume will be right on down. So, but then again, there could be some pretty good action here. Okay, so stay in the game. All right, so as usual here, we're going to add a new format here. We're going to do Bitcoin and then oil and then natural gas. So we'll do that every day and then midday trading. And then after the pit closes there, we will do the same thing. Plus, we'll add always something else to the old mix. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, market, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have Bitcoin. Okay, now what we did is we had a nice 3-day sell-off there, which was very, very nicely. Now, again, there's an easy way that I found out here to short Bitcoin, which is also going to work. So never have an opinion here. It's always going to go up and all this kind of stuff. But the easy way to short this is with BITI. That's an ETF. That's an easy way to short the old Bitcoin. And then IBIT is the ETF I use to go long. Now, you can see here what we got so far. We have ourselves an inside day and a nice green candle. So what we're really doing is we're trading against Friday's candle, that high of 98,435 and that low of 92,355 is what we're trading against, okay? So if we get up in that area, this is going to be the very key levels right here, is at 98,951. And then we have that 8-day right above it at 100,856. That's going to be very, very key. Now, you need to close above. You don't not just, get up to and pull back kind of a situation. We need to close above. Now, the 21-day was holding in very nicely here. You can see that and right here. But basically, when the Fed came out and they decided they're only going to cut 2/4 points next year, Bitcoin and all the commodities just came off here. Okay, so let's just see if it can recover. Now, what we have on a weekly chart, you can see where it came down, but the 8-day is holding here nicely. So this is what we want to hold here by the end of the week. Okay, that's going to be key. This is a weekly chart. Okay, 95,475 on a closing basis. We want to be above that. That way we can have our whole nice trading on the upswing here going on. So again, we just want to trade this, and it looks like it could be a nice, good directional trade both ways here, which is actually worked out very nicely. Okay, so again, on the downside here, what we're watching, I'm going to take a look at today's low. Okay, so you're looking at 93,830, and then what we're going to do is we'll come over here to Friday's low. That's going to be keyed at 92,355. Now, again, if we lose that, you come right to this price channel at 97.85 level, okay, which is basically just the bottom of this candle. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Okay, so right there. 97.85. That's basically. Now there are gaps. Okay, so you do have a gap right here. If this does get hammered, okay, you're looking at 86.70, and then we look at the top of that here is 77.930. There's your gap and there's your fill. So always watch those gaps and fills just in case it's happened to lose that price channel and you lose that 50-day. This is going to be your support levels here. Those are going to be your key levels. Now I'm not saying that's where it's going to go, but I always like to point out to you, if it does sell off, this is where we could possibly go. And actually, if it does hold, that would be a great buying opportunity. Now, if we can get above this key 21-day at that 98,950, then we have that 8-day at 108.53. But then we can just start rolling. Then we look to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 103.190. It can get there real quick like. Because if you look at the top of this candle, top of there, top of here, that was really some good resistant levels. Now, they're not all going to line up perfect because you got to figure this is 100,000 here, okay? This isn't like a, $20 stock kind of a situation. So always keep that in mind. That's going to be very volatile. So when it moves, it could really move. But again, if we can get above this key level, 103.190, then we'll just come to the top of here at 105.325. Then we'll come over here to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 106.960. Then we have 108.475, and there's your breakout 108.960. How you get above that, you can go to that 110 level, which you came pretty close to that. I figured to go to 110 level, but you never know here. Even if you do a Fibonacci, you're going to get close, but you're never going to get right there. But again, they have targets on this at 150, 160, 250. I mean, but again, that's just people's opinions. That's, stuff like that. So always just trade the charts. When you have the chart right in front of you here, you know exactly you got to get up to that 21-day. You got to get to that 8-day, and then we can just start rallying up. If we can't get there, then we have to look at a sideways to down action. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily chart. Okay, so basically what we do is we just got this sideways action. So we're playing a little pinball action here between this 21-day, okay, 69.27, which is very, very key, and this 50-day at 69.64, and that 8-day right above it at that 69.88 levels here. Okay, so we're really having just a sideways action. Now we had this like a tweezer top situation, came down, but then we put a bottoming candle in there on Friday, and now we're just going sideways here. So what we're really watching, let's take a look at the downside first, is that 69.27. That's going to be key. Okay, so then your next support level is going to be right here. Okay, you're looking at 68.81, and then we have Friday's low sitting there at 68.42. That's going to be a very, very key level here, because if you look at the bottom of this candle, this was 68.44. Okay, Friday's low 68.42. See, that was a really nice, good double bottom situation. So we got to see if it's going to hold and rally up here, or if it's just going to go sideways here during this week. Okay, now again, if that is lost here, then we're going to come right to the bottom here, looking at 67.72, and then here's your target at 66.98 level. Obviously, though, if this is lost, okay, that's 68, then we're going to come to the bottom of this candle right there. You're looking at 66.53. And then you can come down here at 65.63, and then 65.27. That's going to be your big target level. Now, again, if that's lost here, then you're going to go to 63.64, and then 60.57. You got targets all the way down at the $40 level here. But let's just see how this all shakes out. But when you look at this chart on the overall situation here, you can see how it's a downtrending chart. Okay, now it was trying to get some juice, but the only way you can change that is you have to close above this 71.51. Then we can reverse that downtrend and we can head for that 200-day. But right now, it's just not looking like so. But again, now the upside here, well, you got a couple really hard resistance levels here, 69.64, okay, and then we have that 8-day sitting at 69.88. Again, if we could rally up here, well, then we just come to the top of this candle, you're looking at 70.58, and then we have 70.80, and now I can see where your 100-day is rolling right on down here nicely, 71.17. But this is what you really need to do is 71.51. You get above that, then we have a nice good target right up here at 72.88. But again, you have to get above all this noise right here. All these simple moving averages are a lot stronger than what they look. Okay, so we had nice good rallies here. Okay, we had nice good rallies going on. Those were just trading ranges here. This is all that war noise, but now we have just a sideways action. And the key is we got a new president coming in here in the United States here on the 20th, and he wants to pump all the oil he can get, and they want to do all the natural gas again. So we got to see what going to be the prices are, if they can stabilize here. But usually when you start pumping like crazy, you know, the price comes down. So let's just see how this all shakes out. So always remember, who's ever in office, never have a political opinion, because you're here to make money. That's it. So who's ever in is how you have to adjust your trades to. Okay, now our side, look at a 48 that could go either way. This here is just flatline here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I might have to get the jumper cables off for this bad boy, because this is just flatline city here, just like what the commodity is doing. So again, today, just watch on a closing basis that key 21-day, watch that 50-day on the upside, and that 8-day, and we'll see if we can get a trade out of this here, maybe going up here or maybe go down. Now remember, if there's no trade here, there's always plenty other things there that can be traded. Okay, so always look at that. All right, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, here we have natty gas. Now the contract roll here started yesterday, last night here, and she'll roll out, and it will be lower here eventually coming down the road here. Okay, so here we have the old natural gas. Now you can see we put a topping tail at 3.94. Now when we were way back down here, I said if we can break out of this, then we have this candle right here, which is B 3.64. Okay, and then that's where we went. We went to 3.64 level here, and then I said the big boy right there is going to be right here, is going to be this 3.86. Okay, that's what we were looking for on a closing basis. Now you can see where it popped up a little bit higher than that at 3.94, but so far you have to close above that. Then we can follow all your resistance here, and then your big target is going to be right there. It's going to be 4.75. See where the price channel comes across? That's going to be your big target. However, you got to get above and close above this 200-day. So if you look at this 200-day and look at this price, this has been below that 200-day now on a weekly chart here for over a year. Okay, so you got to be very, very careful here when you get to those areas here. That is your selling opportunity. Okay, so now we got to see where this is all going to go, because now we're out where the price is on the outside of the price channel. It doesn't really like that, and the 8-day is too far from the 8-day, because you can see how this, when it comes up, it wants to come back to that 8-day. Even if it's down, it wants to come back to that 8-day. Okay, so always look at that. So, okay, see, even where it gets away, it wants to come down. When it gets all the way below, it wants to come up. Okay, so see this all the way down. So always watch this 8-day. It's very, very important. Okay, so look at the upside here. Obviously, 3.94 level. If you can get above that, then what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to the top of this candle here, looking at 412, 4.12 is going to be your next resistance level if you can break above that 3.94, okay? And then we just keep following these candles all the way up here. You got 4.39 level here, and then you're going to have that target of 4.75 here. But you have to close above that new high at 3.94 level. Now, downside here, well, we want to obviously look here to today's low here, looking at that 3.82 level. And then when we come down here, okay, we have a closing basis of 3.74. Then we want to come to the top of this candle at 3.64. And then this is going to be very, very key right here at that 3.56 level. And then we have a nice target at roughly 3.50, okay? But this here will provide a lot of support. Usually what it does is because this was the breakout. See, we had the high, and then it couldn't break out here, and then she finally broke out, but then now that becomes very, very good support going on here now. So let's just see how this all shakes out, but this is not something where I would take a long right now because we're outside of those price channels, and it's you just have a topping situation. It's just not something where I would just take a long at right now. So let's just see how it all shakes out. And because natural gas is the beauty of it, it always gives you a chance to get in one way or the other if you're long or if you're short. Okay, now you can see here the RSI went up to just about to that 70 level, which, you know, a lot of times when it hits that 70 level, it pulls back. We had a little bit above that, but then eventually it pulled back out hard. So let's just watch all this. Now, again, your MACD, you can see where it's rolling up here, but just look to the past because where it's been is usually where it's going. See how it did? And then rolled down all the way high and then rolled down. So let's just see how this is all going to shake out here. But the key level right there that you want to watch on the upside is right there is 3.868 on a closing basis. If you can close above that, then our next level is going to be that 412, 439, and then we're looking for 475. Okay, I'll be back here, midday trading. We'll take a look at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas. And remember, the volume is going to be down today, so don't get in, too deep kind of a situation. But I think there's going to be some good trades going on this week here on this shortened week. Trade what's in front of you, not what you want.